I feel like in our modern society, we are told that we have to stay busy, especially in America. I can't speak to other countries, but in America, we are told that we should stay busy, that we should continue working towards our dreams of getting financially successful. We should get a good career, go to school, join the military, whatever the thing is you do, you got to work hard. You're expected, adults always say to kids, enjoy this time while it lasts. It's when you'll have the most free time and the most fun. The rest of your life will just be work, right? And first of all, it's kind of depressing to me. And second of all, why is that the case? How come in this country, all you have to do is just work all day and there's no rest from that? There's no free time. I'll give you an example here. So today's Thursday. I'm driving to school, obviously. And for the last 3 days, I haven't finished my day until 9:30. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I didn't get home, or I didn't finish working until 9:30. And so I didn't have time to do any homework. I didn't have time to spend time with friends. I hardly even texted anyone. And it's like I've been waking up and then falling asleep, and the entire day is a blur, right? And I did nothing really productive, nothing fun. And sorry if this camera is shaking, but hopefully I can fix that in CapCut with some stabilization, but it is what it is. My days have been so busy that I haven't even had time to think about my business, to think about the things that are actually going to progress me in life. Because at the end of the day, is school going to progress me in life? No. 3 out of 5 of my classes right now are completely useless. They literally, we don't do anything in the class. The teacher assigns us an assignment he wrote with ChatGPT, and then we do it ourselves. It's not anything special. I'd say the only class I'm actually learning stuff in is math. And even math is arguably useless for my future career, right? The only argument I've ever heard for school that other people seem to always go back to when I say it's not useful is, well, you're getting a well-varied education and you're learning how to learn. It's if that was the case, then why wouldn't we go in for half the time, not have electives, learn the basic subjects we need to, and then spend the second half of the day doing trades or working on something that we actually want to? For example, you go in at 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. learning math, science, history, English, and then you can go home, or you can do trade programs. If you want to be a welder, you go do welding. If you want to be a businessman, you go work on your business. And I feel like that school system would be so much better for our kids, and we'd have a better society, right? The only hard thing about that is school is basically a daycare. I think that's the real reason it still exists in the capacity it does today, is because it's a daycare. There's no other place to put the kids of America, right? That's why school kind of exists. The original reason was to create factory workers that would listen to bells and listen to, raise their hand if they could use the bathroom, and etc., right? Now school's kind of evolved into a daycare. And my point being is, they want you to stay busy. Now, who I'm referring to with they, I don't know. That's for you to decide. But they want you to stay busy. They want you to have no time to work on yourself, no time to get yourself out of the trenches. They want you to stay so tired that you just can't even think about working. You can't even think about it. You're so tired. And unfortunately, it works. If you're in high school right now as an American kid, especially if you're in your, sophomore or junior year, you might have AP testing. For people that don't know, AP is just college level classes in high school. For, the UK and Australia, it's uni classes in primary school, something like that. So they're very difficult classes, and those AP exams, people have to study for hours, and they give you 3 weeks to study for them, etc., right? And kids still fail. And it's such a big stress on their lives. All my friends who have APs don't have any other time. I haven't been able to hang out with any of my friends who have AP classes. And that's just another thing that kind of keeps us trapped, right? At the end of the day, on your deathbed, are you really going to care about the AP class? And even if you do think it was valuable, I think the statistic was 72% of people don't go into a career field that's required by their degree in college. So you get this degree in college, and then you don't even use it. So your entire high school time was just wasted. And that's kind of how I feel. Like, honestly, the only reason I still am considering going back for junior year is because sports, for one, and friends. That's the only reason I want to go back. Other than that, honestly, I think I'd be better off doing there's this hybrid program where you can go to college, do like half online, half college classes. I feel like that would be better for me, genuinely. Because I'd be able to finish all my work, then work on my businesses, do the things I want, make money, etc. And just live the life of freedom. You know, the past few days, I've felt so disconnected from myself. You know, if you've watched these videos, you've probably been able to discern who I am, at least in some capacity. I'm pretty authentic on this camera here. I am the kind of person who wants freedom, the kind of person who is creative and wants to make things and wants to have time to reflect, like all that kind of stuff. And I haven't had that. And I feel very disconnected. I feel like, you know, I haven't had time to make videos. I haven't had time to journal. I haven't had time to do any of my habits. I haven't even hit the gym this week because like I literally don't have time. Like I literally don't have time. Like yesterday I could have maybe squeezed in a 45-minute workout, but I was so tired that I wanted a break, honestly. And, you know, unfortunately that's the reality of our world. It doesn't get better when you get out of school, right? You go to college, same thing. You got all these tests you got to study for. College might actually be when you have the most free time. You know, you have harder classes, but you also live by yourself, and there's not like a strict schedule. But after college, man, you got a 9 to 5, you got kids, a wife. You know, most days you might have 2 hours of free time, max. And then most people just spend that free time on their TV, right? And that's why I really just, I feel like everything's messed up. And there's no way to change it. Our entire society is just kind of screwed, honestly. I mean, just look at our metrics, right? If I'm a guy who loves statistics, right, and like analytics, data, divorce rates are going up every year. 54% of marriages end in divorce. So this is the biggest commitment you'll ever make in your life. You're marrying this person, you know, for the rest of your life, and you have a very high chance of divorcing them, like greater than 50%. Like you're most likely going to get divorced. That's scary. And not just that, when you get divorced, all of your items and possessions and things are split. And if you have kids, you only get to see and raise your kids half the time, if you're lucky. Especially, you know, guys usually get not as much favor in courts, I think. Maybe that's just my preconceived notion. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But even assuming you get 50%, you know, you're still not going to get the parenting time that you really need to, like, leave an imprint on your kids in what you see as positive. And, you know, that's just one statistic. There's so many others. And I'm just ranting. I honestly enjoy this. I just got a phone now for my car, so this is convenient. But I'm almost at school here. And what I'm trying to say is they want to keep you busy. So try and free up your schedule as much as you can to work on the things that matter. That doesn't mean take a day off work just to sit at home and play video games. That means take a day off work to work on your passions, to work on your creative... Oh my gosh, bro. Anyways, this light I get stuck at every day. It takes so long because there's like a massive line of people, so you have to wait like 3 cycles. But anyways, my point being, no matter how busy you are, try and find some time to yourself every day. Even if it's only 1 day a week, actually. Maybe you get Saturdays off, you don't have sports or anything. Spend that day doing the things that you know make you better. For example, my Saturdays, I start by getting up, making myself a small breakfast, then I go hit the gym, then I come home, shower, work on videos for 6 hours, and then I give myself some free time to spend outside and reflect, etc. Maybe do some light tasks like coming up with ideas. And Saturdays, I always feel the most recharged. I work the hardest. You know, I work for like 10 hours doing things, yet I feel the best because I'm working on the things I actually care about. In school, 10 hours of work feels like slavery, for lack of a better term, because YouTube don't monetize me, because you're not wanting to do that work. The work is just something you don't care about, right? You might have one subject you like, And even that isn't that fun. So, yeah, anyways, I gotta go. Thank you for watching this video, man. I think I'm gonna start making videos every day on the way to school because I got 10 minutes, so why not? Anyways, peace out, bros.